Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Doc, in case you hadn't seen me before. And this time I want to talk to you about, do you listen to music when you read comics? The older I've gotten, it seems like the more important music is to my life. Old stuff, new stuff. My wife and I love to listen to vinyl. So we might be listening, or I might be listening, to Physical Graffiti by Led Zeppelin one night, and then the next night we're sitting there listening to a jazz record. Or we might be listening to um, like some Robert Johnson blues while she's knitting and I'm working on comic videos or trying to come up with new ideas to talk to you guys about. So anyway, do you guys listen to music while you read, or is it something that you have to do in complete and utter silence? Now, I have found if I've got a real heady book like the Power Fantasy or something along those lines that I really have to focus, I found that some low background music can help, but it can't be anything like Metallica. It can't be anything fast or hard or anything that can take my concentration away from what I'm reading. So, what genres do you guys like to listen to, regardless of whether you're listening while you're reading or not? I'd like to know down in the comments below and see what it is that all of my fellow comaholics here really get off on as far as music goes. I like everything from The Weeknd to Metallica to old country jazz and blues. I listen to 80s pop. I listen to just about anything. Between my wife and I, we pretty much cover every genre that there is other than hardcore rap and hardcore, like, thrash metal. That's about the only two that we don't get into all that much. But other than that, we'll listen to pretty much anything once. And the other question is, if you do listen to music, have you found any songs or any artists or even any albums that correlate to any of the comics that you've read? Because as any good movie, a lot of times you have a soundtrack to your life. And in that soundtrack is a deeper meaning, a deeper understanding, a way to listen even better than you have before. Sometimes you feel like being in a Depeche Mode. Sometimes you feel like listening to Counting Crows. August and Everything After is an excellent album, by the way. It's an excellent reading album. It's got a few faster paced songs, but if you put it in the background and just turn it on low, then from the opening beats all the way through to the end track, that is one awesome album. Another album that I can personally state helps with focus and concentration is Bob Seger's Greatest Hits Volume 1. I had to write a 12-page paper back in 2003 when I was still in college, and my papa had just passed away at 91. And I had to write that paper. And Bob Seger's Greatest Hits on repeat was one of the things, along with Dr. Pepper, Walking Dead, which was a brand new thing at that time, and my friend Samantha, among other things, being there for moral support, were some of the things that got me through that particular hard evening in my life. So, like I said, just like a movie has a soundtrack, sometimes life has a soundtrack, or a comic book has a soundtrack. I know that We Live from Aftershock Comics tried that a couple years ago, and those guys were musicians as well as writers and artists, and so they crafted their own tracks to kind of go along with the emotional beats of the story. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty neat. It's not something that I go back and listen to all the time, but every so often I'll dig those books out and reread the first storyline of 5 issues and go back and watch the videos as I'm reading, and it does kind of deepen the connection to the source material. Of course, it doesn't hurt that, again, it's the same people that are actually crafting the book that are crafting the music. So they might be giving you exactly what they hear in their head between the dives and the swells as they're crafting this story. So anyway, that's what I got for you tonight, guys. I hope that you listen to music when you read, and I hope if you do, let me know what you're listening to, what you're enjoying, and let me know some new songs. I need to always be trying new music, new soundtracks, new artists, all sorts of stuff. So I will take y'all's considerations and thoughts and context into heart. And if there, like I said, if there's any books that you have a particular soundtrack to that I've covered in the channel, or even if I haven't covered in the channel, and you think that it would be cool for me to try it, let me know. I'm all game for it. I'm willing to try anything. So thanks, guys. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care.